Yeah.
Alright. And we'll kick it live.
Powerful gay dad action.
That's one way to start it, I suppose. We'll turn my serious D&D game into a joke. Look at you all.
This is a serious game.
This is super serious. Oh. Like you have to be scared and tense the entire time. Oh, it's required. Welcome to week 40 out of question mark.
Dude.
Out of 69 episodes. Let's go.
I would force another episode if we were at that. I would not allow it to end on that number. No matter how likely it would be.
That would be the perfect campaign if it landed on that one.
I'm gonna call 72.
72. I like that number. That's a good number. It's a good divisible by something.
Sure.
Before we start, may I unveil something cool?
Absolutely. What's going on?
So recently, my girlfriend got me something as a DM that I'm very excited to employ, and I wanted to show it off because it's.
You can't show it if it's a gun.
Freaking beautiful.
Okay, it's not a gun.
It is a dice tower.
Oh man, that is
She
cool.
puts the die in here, and then it comes out the mouth of the skull. I don't know why this is blurring it. No, stop.
Yeah, it lights up. Yeah.
And it's got a little changing LED.
That's
Isn't that
really
cool?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sick.
Anyway, this is a very thoughtful gift, and I wanted to show it up because I'm going to be using this in the future for sure.
Does it cackle? Does it go? Oh,
no, but I do.
And that's what matters.
Every time I'm using it, I'm going to be cackling.
Are you going to use it even for online games? Like, is that the desire?
Yeah.
Like you have it, so you might as well, right?
It's going to have a permanent fixture, like a spot on once I get my desk in here.
You have a spare camera just to cut to it at times.
Honestly, I want it's my box of doom now. So if anyone's ever watched Dimension 20, it'll be my when we need to make like a really important roll or something. It goes in the box. See what happens.
I do miss like physical props when you're doing IRL D&D.
Hell yeah.
And snacks.
And plus, a dice. I've always wanted a dice tower, just because I hate rolling and then having it roll over like one side, and I'm like, oh, I wanted it to roll more than that. But like it just drop, you know.
It's out of your hands once it's in the tower.
Right, I like that.
Where's the camera on right now? We're over here. Well, let's put it on like the loading screen while we aren't in game. Over there with the funky drawings.
Oh, yeah, we have to have the drawings
chicken. Well, before we kick it off into full action, you guys know that we do a Q&A every 10 or so sessions when we can. And we got a few questions for this week, though not many, so we should be able to smash through them and get to whatever you guys do in my campaign these days. Which is not dying enough.
Holding hands.
Holding
That's
hands
what
and not dying? What is this?
Yeah.
Antumbra dating Simwen. Oh, we could do it. It'll be too easy.
Too easy. Do it.
But I'm not gonna do it. I think there's like a program or like an RPG maker thing that you can just cut and paste and use for that stuff. A classic.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would think so.
That sounds right.
Such a popular thing. Let's zip down to these questions. God bless all those posting questions, by the way. I would feel like a doofus sitting here without questions. Just like one question, be like, all right, see you in 10 sections. Tabby, we got one for you straight up.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, sorry.
Why me first?
Because, I don't know.
Ladies first?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
You're
next.
You gotta make sure you're seated for this one, but what would Silas be if they were a regular house cat?
Maine Coon, of course. Because they just large and poof. Like, my aunt has a Maine Coon that's like from the ground, like almost as tall as me. Like if she stands up.
Are you sure that's a cat? That sounds like a...
Like 90% sure. It's probably some type of creature of the night.
Cheetah or something? A large cat.
Let's just say it's terrifying to have like a giant like dog-sized cat jump up on the bed in the middle of the night with like glowing eyes.
Quarter leopard.
Quarter leopard.
1/4 leopard.
Shane, what would Ra want for a Christmas present?
For Christmas?
Yep. Or whatever equivalent is in a D&D world.
Ra is Jewish.
I don't think Ra would understand. I don't think Ra would understand the true meaning of Christmas. So, like, I think she would just say, like, I want a fully equipped pirate ship. But then she'd realize that no one's actually going to be able to give her that. So then she'd go on a journey to like find Santa Claus to demand it, to basically pirate the ship that she feels that she's owed. And on the way, she would learn the true meaning of Christmas.
But not before she commandeers the sleigh.
Yo,
right. And then she becomes Santa Claus. That's right.
Oh. You accidentally murder Santa and become him. That's a
You take
classic.
on the Santa Claus.
Classic Santa Claus.
Santa's claws, a +2 magical item. For Mr. the Leb, where'd you get the idea to start to integrate these songs into the session?
Like all good things, we were talking about this before. I just steal from things that you like, and Sam Riegel does it in Critical Role, but I've also seen other live streamers like play some amount of stuff. I think I was talking with Shane, and I originally thought I was gonna do like pirate shanties, and I had a list of pirate shanties that I thought about learning. And then I thought, well, I want the songs to be more related to kind of like what's going on rather than to just be like one-off like sea shanties. And I think I started with doing a kind of compromise with Red is the Rose, which is an old Irish song, which I think was the first song that I did on the show. And then it just sort of became Flotsam just knows really sad songs. Like that's all he knows is really, really sad. So it's just been a lot of like sad country songs that I personally like. It turns out that those seem to always match pretty well with what we're doing in the game. But the answer to the question is I've seen other people do it, and I just want it to be like those people that I admire.
It's the bard's dream to play the song in the game. It's just you have the ability, so you do.
Yeah.
Best excuse.
Yeah.
And when I took the feat that inspiring leader, I talked to you, Cheeki. I was like, hey, can like rather than giving like an inspiring speech every session, which I don't want to do.
No one does. It's
can
the
we
worst.
can we flavor it as doing like an inspiring song or like a song of some kind that's relevant? So that's how that came about. I stole it from someone.
It is
such
a powerful feat to lock behind actually having to give a speech every session. Like
it's a really good and powerful feat, but like I just feel like it would get so old if like, hey guys, and also I don't want to be like, like I'm the leader, and I'm gonna give everyone like a nice speech. Like it seems really
Right.
like role play wise, it seems kind of annoying.
There'll be a point where you would be like, I don't want to hear it. I know it's like worth it to hear this, but shut up. Like, I know you're gonna give me a lot of health, but shush.
There was a game that I played in where we had elected. It was a Ghost Assault Merchant where we had elected somebody the captain, and so they made it mandatory that 6 a.m. every morning the whole group had to be up and on the deck of the ship so that he can give a 10-minute speech, sort of like a business, sort of like pep rally type of deal. That was because he didn't actually have to give the speech.
Yeah, it's just an
more like, all right, I can up for the speech. Yeah.
It'd be just funny to call over. It's like, all right, huddle up. Here we go.
Right, yeah. And the best part is he got the whole crew up on board, but you can only give the extra hit points to so many people. So like
whoever claps the loudest gets it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna try and integrate it into a character that cooks food, so it's like the food they give is inspiring. And it kind of makes sense. You're full and not on an empty stomach, so temporary health kind of makes sense. Video game logic. You eat a food and you're healthier and have more stamina.
Pause. Eat like 6 apples.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good.
A bullet wound. 5 apples later, I'm good. For Adelaide, do you ever think they would become a teacher or professor in their future if they have one?
If they have one, that's a pretty big caveat there.
If they make it out of here.
I will say this.
Did the question asker put that in there?
I added that. I added that because I think y'all getting too comfortable in being alive, you know?
You got to keep us on our toes, Cheeki. I will say, the current version of Adelaide, she may change in the future, but the current version of Adelaide hates people. Probably doesn't want to talk to them.
I'm going to stand in front of a class and talk about magic. It's probably the last thing you want to be doing.
Yeah, I'd have people ask questions. Ugh.
Question my authority.
You'd be the type of professor who'd be like, save your questions for the end, and then as soon as class is over, immediately leave.
Yeah,
books it to the door.
There's like the Hanna-Barbera running sound effect.
And for you specifically, Eldritch, have you ever thought about making a homebrew warlock patron for yourself?
Ooh.
In your capitalist persona?
I've not. That's a very specific question. I haven't considered it. You know, Wizards of the Coast, they won't pick up my calls anymore. I don't know if I really have it in with them, so...
No matter how many of their employees you kidnap and...
Exactly, you'd think that'd be motivating, but I guess the times have changed or something.
Worked with Gygax, that's why you're in so many earlier editions. Then they cut all the Lovecraft stuff. It wasn't a legal thing, it was... Eldritch went too far.
No one responds to kidnapping anymore.
No. Everyone's just like, good riddance, thanks. For Ditter, how do you think Comet would feel about this whole Elmo Rocco discourse? I had to look that up because I was like, who are these and what is this? But after one Google search, Elmo the Muppet hates the inanimate object Rocco.
Rocco, yeah. Oh my god.
As a furball, how would he view someone who has a pet rock?
Well, I think Comet can't speak to rocks, as that we've canonically determined.
Hey, their nature. It's...
So while he couldn't get both sides of the story, he would probably talk to Elmo about how Zoe is communicating with something that no one else could, so he probably shouldn't be so hard on Rocco.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
It is Sesame Street, so that makes sense. You got to sit down and talk with him.
I mean, Comet's got the Muppet nose like already. So
Yeah, has Comet been a Muppet this whole time?
Yeah.
Is that the plot twist?
He's got the big bird like
Yes.
where this person's on.
Yeah.
Counter argument. It's a rock. It's not real.
I mean, it's very real. Like,
it's a real rock.
It's an imagine. No, that's imaginary. She's just holding nothing.
We now need Muppet Comet. I want to hear him
there's the
sing
art
and
for
move
next
it right
week.
along.
Oh no. Big
Comet and Silas singing, moving right along, man. That's what we need.
It's just the entire campaign has been Silas is just actually insane and just has a Muppet of Comet that he just talks with.
Oh, it's good. I'm writing that down.
I like to think Cheeki just opens like a huge ancient tome called Cheeky's plot twist list.
I do want a big tome. Where do you get them? I feel like everything would have so much weight behind it. I'll have to check. You never know,
Just
actually.
recycle a phone book or something.
No, it has to be bigger.
Oh,
Bigger than a phone book. Like 4 phone books.
Think bigger, man.
Yes.
It has to be one of those
I have a
ancient
plinth in my
tomes where
room
you have
for
to
it.
like heave it places. You don't put it
Right.
places, you heave it.
Metal corners would probably, if it fell on your pet, would do some serious damage. Don't drop it on your
Have a
pets.
pet.
Yeah, I drop regular books on my pets all the time, and they're fine. A tome would be different.
Don't drop books on your pets. Don't do that.
Yeah,
They're not gonna like it.
maybe don't do that. Actually,
PSA.
I mean, we never said we do. Like, we never said it was on purpose. So. For
Pro
me,
tip, just don't have books.
don't have book. Yeah, in this day and age.
No tip, don't read.
Yeah,
the
don't
true,
read.
Yeah.
the
Drop an
true
iPhone on your
moral,
cat, you'll be
don't-
fine. What's a typical day look like for me on session days, and how much prep do I put into the sessions? That's a big question. I might not be able to answer in front of you guys because it's so little. It is. Most of the time is spent making the maps because they take more time than just brain power and remembering what I've thought about 20 days ago to run for the session. But on a typical day, I wake up like 10 minutes before the session, so I don't have to worry about it for the next 6 hours while I wait for it to happen. But today I woke up extremely early, so I've just been here twiddling my thumbs waiting to go. Because this is the one thing I'm doing today, then I'm napping forever. Then I
Nap for a
turn
week.
into the tome.
Yeah. Get dragged back into the tome.
And as one for all of us, who out of all of us have had D&D characters being shipped before? How often does that happen in y'all's games?
By that you mean when a character, like a player character that we have that's in like a relationship with another player character?
Yeah, how often does romance happen in your games, I suppose? Because I'm doing it all the time. I see an NPC I like, I'm going crazy out there. They're my favorite. I'm hanging out with them all day.
I think it's happened at least once in every single campaign I've been a part of, either another player character or an NPC.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Very
normally me doing it.
We're just hopeless
Very
romantics.
infrequently for me.
Very frequently?
Very infrequently in my they're not full bore romantic. There's other relationships, but I would say it's very infrequent that there's a full bore romantic relationship Not from like any sort of house rule, but I just think at least the players in my home games are mainly not as interested in that sort of thing. I guess
it definitely depends on the game you're in, and the people you run with usually.
And we decided to pick the depressing horror campaign.
Yeah.
This is a perfect place to meet a guy.
Yeah, you're totally not going to regret this by session 63. A hard call. Session 63 is the one where something happens.
Where we're like in the safest place possible, and Cheeky's like, no.
He flips up the
tome. I finally got the tome for this session.
No, in other games I've had, relationships have been like hinted towards, I guess, where it's like there's flirting or there's like possible like there's like a green light for some people, but it's never like gone to the point where people like are in a relationship. It's just kind of like, oh, she is like totally down for something with this guy, or like vice versa or something like that. But it's always like they talk 2 times and then it's like, oh, we're like close to ending the session, so let's end the session. Or the whole campaign. So it's never like reached to be a relation.
I hear that's a big thing in Strixhaven. Like they're heavily like it's a whole section about like dateable NPCs.
Yeah.
It's like I just imagine a DM being like, "Sorry, dude, he's not a dateable NPC. What do you want? Like, wait, he's not in the list. You like this guy? Like, what can I do? What's a man to do?"
You chose the wrong one.
You chose the wrong one. Like,
Bad choice.
Yeah, bad. Pick again.
I think it's more frequent for there to be like NPCs that player characters are like interested in, because it's sort of like it's kind of safe in the sense that the DM has to not only be that NPC you're interested in, but also your rivals, also maybe their parents who are disapproving, also everybody, right? So they're like, that's just another role that they're playing, another card in their deck, so it's not really a big deal. When it's player characters, there's got to be a conversation that happens beforehand, because you're only playing those characters. So you're both invested in your character's future a lot more than, say, like the Dungeon Master is in one NPC, you know what I mean? So it's got to have that sort of conversation beforehand.
Well, one thing I want to bring back from the last Q&A was that we were asked, what wishes would your characters make at that moment at session 30? So I'm wondering if that has changed at all, and I have the list here of what you all would have wished for. One I don't remember, but was hilarious. Comet would have wished for the safety of all his friends, which makes sense. I'm not sure if that would change too much, because that's a good one. Safety is nice. Adelaide would just wish all their problems away, just wish this campaign wasn't happening and they could go home and not have to deal with it. Or the answers to all problems, which is... that's like an SCP or something. Like how, like, to implement that as a DM is hard. Explodes. Yeah, like to correlate everything is madness. Flotsam would have wished that Ra's crimes were all pardoned, or that Ra would have the ship of their dreams with the crew of their dreams. Silas's was that the whole town arc that we went through just didn't happen. We just veto that, and everything over there is fine, and you didn't put them in the situation they're in now, but you know. Good wish. Shane, yours was for a slide whistle. And not only that, you wished for like the sound of a slide whistle to play whenever any of Ra's enemies messed up in front of Ra, so everyone would know that if you mess up in front of Ra, a slide whistle will play, and you will be embarrassed in front of all your friends.
That has not changed. It is still
I'm not sure if anyone's has severely changed, but what do you all think?
I don't think mine's changed all that much. We're getting closer to working on the ultimate crew with the crew that we've assembled, but
all these pirates.
Other than that, I don't believe it's changed much.
I don't think Silas knows what he wants anymore right now.
Yeah, that was a big session just last session, so.
He's kind of in like the like honeymoon phase in his mind of like, oh, it actually happened. What do I do now?
Where do I go?
Where do I go from here?
I think Comet is kind of changing a little bit, but I think for reasons that I can't really get into right now.
It's for in-game reveal.
Yeah, but I think he's definitely has like an underlying worry about that. He probably wants to see where that goes.
It's like, ask me again later, Mr. Wishman. Maybe I'll have an answer for you.
If I had to like choose a wish that will not just melt all of Adelaide's brain instantly, I think she would wish that so many people would stop trying to talk to her.
Sick of it. All this talking. You guys would have been finished this campaign years ago if you just stopped talking.
Yeah, speedrun strats.
Exactly. No talk, only D&D.
We mash A through the dialogue.
Yeah, you just gotta treat Antumbra like you're speedrunning like a Souls game, where you just run past every single enemy. Because that's like a mechanic we have in this game, is to run past non-boss battles. We have not used at all. And then go fight just the boss. And then just keep doing that over and over and over again.
I clip through the wall. I start describing like a big monologue. You guys are just like, skip. No, skip. Skip.
I'll T-pose and like backflip into the boss room.
Yeah, we fall off the ledge and we trigger the death cam, but then we can move past, the entire capital city and jump straight into the night.
Yeah, all these gates that are closed, you guys can just walk through.
Because they're unloaded, because we haven't actually loaded in the area. The death cam still thinks we're back here, but all the hitboxes.
Well, let's not do that. Let's spend a session talking to each other, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah, that's why we all logged in.
See you, Fel.
Bye.
Oh, he's like, oh, talking to you? Nope. And then just like walked out.
No.
I'm a married man now, so I don't need to do that anymore.
Doesn't need around Antumbra hijinks anymore.
It has been a fair few weeks since we last played, ladies and gentlemen. And like other things. Prank bugs. All you prank bugs out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, and prank bugs.
There
is
is
an
no
important
others.
demographic now. We need to make sure.
Prank bugs are at least like 95% of my viewers now. It is.
I looked at my analytics.
Bugs all in there.
Oh damn! Bug turned off the rocker, man.
So since last episode, a little bit of time has passed. It is assumed that you guys have arrived back from your outside adventures.
Mhm.
And whether you revealed it to everyone, what happened, or whether it's 100% just readable on your expressions and how you're acting with what happened, is completely up to you two.
I mean, I think we would come back, like together, at the same time after I left and all that. So as suavely as I hit it last time, I don't know if people are that aware.
So
Vomit, the master of subtlety.
Yeah, roll,
and we both like
roll
walk
some
back into the
deceptions
apartment
so we can gauge.
just, like,
we'll see.
look at the Ilmarises, and just both of our faces start turning just bright pink.
Yeah, I think it's fairly obvious that something happened. Oh, I don't think we straight out say it, but for anybody that has one brain cell, probably
There's like
put it
a single lipstick kiss mark on Silas's cheek.
The one time, one time they put on lipstick.
Comet put it on because he thought you were supposed to do that, and he's just like, "Oh no, this was a terrible idea."
Thank God. In retrospect.
But with it being a new year, I feel like we should take but a moment of our time to kind of consolidate everything and just what we have, where things are, sort out your inventories if they're looking a little crazy. I assume you gave that book to Lawrence so he can start transcribing the new spells out of it for you all to start learning. Or whether you want to go and do that yourself, that's up to the book holder. But yeah, you all have pretty much just the rest of the days ahead to do whatever you kind of want to do. You have done pretty much everything outside of the main capital, and the 3 Oldavian guards, Jesper, Carmine, and Rowan, have said that they would like an audience whenever you guys can all be bothered into talk about the future of what your guys' plans might be and maybe help guide you into your next steps.
And those are the guards that are like right outside the gate.
The ones with the blue scarves.
Right. Where did Adelaide's dad go?
I think to just one of the separate rooms in the upstairs of this building. I think that's where we decided all the NPCs sleep.
Right.
Yeah, this is a multi-storied place that has more floors than you can fathom.
The dimensional
high-rise
portal
skyscraper
on like the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
All right.
And a lot of these buildings are multiple stories, so there are other rooms in the other houses that probably have bedrooms in them.
Well, I guess unless anyone has something they want to do for the night, I'm assuming it's morning now, right?
Yeah. You can easily call it the next morning, so if anyone has any abilities or health they're missing or anything, you can refresh your characters at least.
Oops.
I'm just gonna say, the entire morning, like while Silas is making breakfast, he's like doing a little happy jig back and forth.
It's on the rug.
I'll get up and start going towards the living room, I guess.
I love how we haven't fixed our rug.
Yeah, right. I was looking at that too.
It's got character, dude.
The feng shui in this room is all off because of this rug.
It would not look nice snapped to like the grid. I'm telling you, you will hate it.
It look too neat.
Like look, watch. Just.
No, I hate it.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah, like
Probably also
half
the
the
table
table
is
is
at like
on.
a slight angle.
Yeah, like half the table's on it, so two legs are a bit higher than the other. It's just, it's.
This entire map has been ruined.
I know. I'm getting it. I'm getting it out of here.
The carpet is the final boss.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it could be animated.
Smoldering carpet.
Roll Meridian in the carpet.
Roll Meridian in the carpet.
No particular reason.
I'm gonna come downstairs. I'll open a window. Be like, let's let in some fresh air today. It's a nice day.
It's a very mediocre day.
Force away.
Like it's fairly windy outside, and it's
okay.
It's overcast. Like it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's never a nice day around here, but it's good enough.
You can almost smell the flowers.
All just wilted and disgusting in like untended to pot plants and.
I'm gonna make everybody some seasoned egg and potato and put them in a bowl.
In the bowl.
Have that
Bowl of eggs.
bowl of egg and potato and seasoned.
One egg bowl, please.
Your finest egg bowl.
Finally, delicious egg bowl.
I guess I'll just wait for everyone to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is the city? This like trip that we're expecting to make?
Just a bridge.
It's just the bridge over the city. Okay. Okay. I don't have anything else that I need to do to prepare, so I guess I'll just announce to everyone who's down there. Whenever we're ready to make the journey to the city, I'm prepared to do so. I don't know if anyone else has any errands they'd like to take care of first.
I may need some more time to study, catch up on some spells, look more at the book that we got.
Same. Ellie's dad's been pretty good at catching me up on some studying that I took some time off from studying wizardry, so he's helping me out with that, and it's been really helpful.
He nods rather proudly that he still seems to know the fundamentals of magic. He seems to be somewhat catching up on what he's deleted from his own brain.
Adelaide, that book that you're... Go ahead, Shane.
Sorry, go ahead. I wouldn't make it sound like they're teaching each other, you know, and that they're both like re-studying. And he's like more of a relearning thing. She's trying to protect his reputation by saying, "Oh, he's teaching me everything."
Adelaide, could you tell us what you've gleaned? Perhaps I don't remember the book specifically. What you've gleaned from that already? Anything important that we should know about?
Well, it's my father's spell book.
Oh,
so
maybe I thought there was some other thing.
Flotsam blushes.
Didn't we find it? Well, didn't we find like a book? Maybe I'm making this completely up. I thought we found some like secret texts or something like that. Like when we were
the secret texts. You found the level 2, level 3 and 4 spell tome, so the wizards of your party can start copying them into their books for the money. But you also were given by Antoine the key to his study in the Ilmaris Manor, where he suspects there will be information that will be useful. He doesn't know what it is because he deleted it from his own brain.
That might be what I was thinking of. Never mind.
I assume that is what you would have been thinking.
I'm gonna go up to Flotsam, and I'm gonna say, so we the guards wanted to talk to everybody, I think, before we go into the city. But can I talk with you for a second? Outside?
Absolutely. Do the guards need to speak to each and every one of us, or do you think you and I can speak to the guards and then report back what they say?
Well, if they have a message convey to everybody, I'm sure we could bring it back, assure them that.
I see. You wanted to talk to me specifically. Understood.
Yeah, yes, that's
okay.
Right.
Yeah. I'll go outside.
All right. I'm gonna like scan the area outside, see like, okay, so based on what we saw in the hamlet, I'm assuming Key, and I point to Baracus, is kind of like what you are, which is like the captain of the people that are around here. So I think he's probably still
fell.
Like
I
the
think
leader? He's the leader of the guard here.
Right. Isn't that what a captain is?
Well, in ways, yes, but I thought that it was understood that my role as captain was for the brief time that we were sort of going on that naval journey. I don't see myself as like the captain of our group. Regardless, you were saying Brachus. I would agree with you that Brachus is the leader of the mercenary group here.
Right. So I was thinking I would be I wouldn't want you to be upset if we were to go somewhere. And it looks to me like Baracus might still be upset. From what we said to him last time. And since we're going into the city, this might be a good chance for he and you to kind of leave on better terms.
I don't understand what it is that you're saying, that Brachus is upset with me and that it would make you feel better for me to...
Well, no, I'm saying that if I were in Baracus' team, I wouldn't want him to remain upset. And I think that out of all of us, you have the power to make him not upset.
Can I see Brachus? Is he looking at? I can't imagine he's still mad.
You can see Brachus.
He's got his arms folded and he's tapping his foot like.
I was sort of mean to him all those sessions ago. I can't imagine.
I never removed
There are
his
like tears
marker.
dripping out of his helmet.
Yeah, he still
I
has that
never
marker.
removed like the screaming marker from when you like
I
insult.
still see it on there. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
He like kicks a stone angrily and just like starts storming away.
He seems to be teaching the young children over there how to shoot their weapons. They were given guns at some point.
The young children.
And there's a little scarecrow that has no face, that with red eyes, that has been made to. I want you to hit it. I want you to hit it like this. You say, "Take that, you stupid mean robot." I mean enemy.
I mean scarecrow.
Their eyes glow red because they're evil. That's the only reason.
They'll
like
talk
red
down
dots.
about your job and your purpose in life, and they'll make you feel really bad about what you're doing for no reason at all.
Even though you're just trying your best, I hate him. I hate him.
They just have red buttons on there.
Comment. I will, if you would like for me to speak with Brachus, I would be willing to do so. Is that what you're asking me to do? Is to speak to Brachus and
I think it would be
say goodbye to him?
I think it would be a kind thing for you to speak with him to make sure that he is not carrying anything from your last conversation. Possibly say goodbye, say we'll see him again, but also just to assure him that he's doing a good job. I mean, we've been gone for a little bit. We come back, and I think they've been protecting everyone as well as they can. He is named after somebody, and maybe he's trying his best to live up to that name.
Understood. Why don't, if you would like to, I can go speak to him. Absolutely, I can go speak to him. I will ensure that everything is smoothed over. Would you like to? If you
sounds good.
I guess I'll start walking over to Brachus. If this is what my friend wants me to do.
Brachus, I'm sorry that my true words hurt your feelings.
I'm sorry you're so sensitive to the truth. Oh God, how do I get
I'll lean up against this wall and take out whatever paper I have and pretend to read it. It's upside down, but I'm gonna pretend to read it.
Yeah, you walk over to Brachus, who's not really doing much. He's been teaching him for a while, so he is kind of just standing there with his foot up on this crate, which seems to be just full of bullets for them to be shooting. And he does have his arms crossed, but he doesn't seem to have a very sour expression from the mouth down that you can see. But he turns towards you, and you just stare into the empty visor of his helmet as he seems to be giving you his attention.
That crate is full of bullets.
Yeah. You need some?
No. I have enough bullets. Brachus.
Want some?
It seems as though our party is probably going to be leaving for some time. We're going to be heading into the city. As we are sort of constantly in and out of this area, I wanted you as the head of the guard to be aware of what was going on. So that you should not expect us coming from the west. If we were to return, we would be coming from the east.
Yeah. We're good at making sure we know which way you guys are leaving from.
You say we're not good at our job?
I'll look it over and comment. I wanted to add that in the time that I've come to know you, you've done an excellent job as the head of the guard here. I'm quite impressed with your ability to rally your men. And you've done a fine job of protecting this little... And women. And done a fine job of protecting this... I'm sexist. Actually, I've noticed the women
non-binaries too. You ought to factor them in as well.
I guess, being a robot, it's all ones and zeros with you, I guess. Whoa.
I had to be taught the concept of gender, okay? Either way, you seem to command a great deal of respect from the people that follow you, and you've done a good job of protecting this hamlet in the time that we have been gone. I wanted to say before I left that earlier when you and I had a conversation, I was quite harsh, and it's come to my attention as I have come to learn more about interacting with people, that perhaps the things that I said were not quite so, well, they were a little bit brash, and due to the kindness that you've shown us, I would not want to leave here on poor terms with you or your acquaintances. So in that sense, I apologize if in any way I have hurt your feelings.
Well, after everything you did say, did make me rethink things a little. I did carry around this name. I was like, oh, look at me, I'm like that guy because I have his name, but I'm not that guy. Made me think about that for days, but you are right, I do a good job. I mean, I'm not the head of a guard, I'm head of the mercenary organization. We're non-profit. Alright, we do this because someone has to. Me and the boys came in, and girls, to this place when we heard about what's going on, to see if we could protect anyone. And that's what we do. We're protectors. We sit around, make sure people don't get hurt in safe spots. You guys are the ones that go out there and save the day. We know what we're doing. You guys seem to know what you're doing. I don't know why you're here telling me any of this, but thank you.
You're welcome. And then I'll walk away.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm walking up and I'm giving Comet the thumbs up. I did it.
I'm gonna I'll walk with you back to the sleep house. I'll just be like,
Sleep house.
Yeah. See, thank you for listening, Flotsam. I think that can only be good, and I'm proud of you for trying to fix that.
Well, thank you for pointing that out to me, Comet.
Now we should go tell everyone that the guards are ready to talk to us.
And everything's fine with you and Silas.
Yeah. I open the door.
As we're opening the
door. Yeah. Silas and I, and then I'll look over and Silas isn't there. Yes. We're good. It's fine. Yes.
I'll hear Comet talking loudly, and I'll just walk over with his breakfast, and I'll hand it to him, and just look him in the face, and look at Flotsam. Flotsam, we're fine.
Understood.
And then I'll kiss Comet on the cheek, and then walk away.
and then I'll kiss Comet on the cheek.
And then I'll kiss Comet on the cheek.
I don't have that many cheeks.
Ram rushes in. I heard you're kissing Comet on the
cheek. I think we're ready to discuss with the guard. The mercenary group.
Right.
Leaving if the rest of you are ready to head out.
I'm ready to talk to the guard, but I'll still need a bit more time. I should be ready to leave within the hour.
Just announcing that we are ready to do that. Don't mean to imply that it has to happen.
Comet and I should probably also further discuss which one of us should get better armor.
Oh, I think okay.
Because one of us, we have the money, so we might as well.
I think I spent it last time before we started. Last session wrap up, I was like, I'll get new armor, and then spent that. But I mean, we might have enough to give you some too. We'll see.
In that case, I'm gonna sit down at the table and take out the whip. I have the women cards from last time. It's noted in my inventory as women cards.
The women cards.
And I'll start playing solitaire by myself.
Mm.
I forget that I gave you money for.
No, you said you could, but you never did because I was like, we'll just do it. You and me can work that out while Raw and Adelaide work out their spells.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with letting time pass until you guys are ready to go. There's nothing else I need to do.
Yeah, so you have access to level 1 to 4 spells, so if there are any you would like to get scribbled in your book, that is easy enough. Just disintegrate the money into the ether and start copying.
Well, you have to like melt the coins down into like pure gold ink, and that's what you use to write it into your spellbook.
That's pretty metal if that's true. I think that's got to be canon.
Yeah. I really like the visual of, Adelaide opening up her dad's spellbook and then just like immediately copying down walls of text super fast with her magical quill ability.
The crazy quill.
Meanwhile, Ra's adding very painstakingly into her really shitty little book, like one thing at a time. As she's hearing the and she's like, everyone's different. Everyone was different speed.
Well, is worrying about, like, the pages falling apart. It's understandable.
Are you not worried about Lex's pages falling apart? What's that about?
I have no concern for other people. We've established this.
Lex ain't people. He's a homie.
Ooh.
That's right. Homies are different.
Yeah, homies are different.
After Adelaide scrawls down some spells, she's going to leave for a little bit.
How unlike Adelaide.
You wouldn't dare. The camera follows.
Adelaide loves being around people.
Yeah.
Normally, what's changed?
The camera follows you up into the room. What are we catching? Or are they just literally solitude?
Skin mask, and she's actually like a bug alien. Big twist.
There he is. There's the boy. There's
Oh,
Lex.
the man.
Yeah.
He looks a little dizzy. He's just been given a lot of information.
Yeah. His one eye is like a spiral on the inside now. Just kind of wobbly. This is difficult to say. Lex, I need to apologize to you.
Huh? Hey, you don't apologize to anyone. What's happening?
When we were in the underneath the chapel, I accused you of talking to Grant behind my back. I was very rude and dismissive to you. I was accusational, and I know that you were only trying to help, so I'm very sorry.
His head kind of jumps back. They look a little flustered, and if they had hands, they'd be kind of waving about a bit. Well, I mean, I should have talked to you about it. It wasn't that big of a deal. Like, we both could have talked to him about it. I mean, thank you. I mean, I did do it for this. You did say you wanted to go in there alone, and I wanted to make sure we did that, and you didn't talk to him yet. And you said it was okay if I talked to people, so... Huh? That's alright.
There's something more I wanted to address.
Oh no, was that like this? Was that the good news or the bad news kind of thing?
It was news. I mean, I
It was news.
hope what I'm about to say is good news. With some of the new spells that I've been learning, there's something I want to try. I might be able to spark some of your memories.
Oh. What if they're not great?
You don't want to remember?
I mean, everyone, like, yeah, I do, but like in this, like we're in like the middle of like the worst place on Earth. What if I remember something and I start going crazy? I glow red and like start blasting everyone. Then you're left with like some renegade book, and that's not good for anybody.
And you're sure about that?
If you want to, we can. Like, if you think you could handle me if I'm like that, you could stop that from happening, maybe.
Lex, it's not about me, it's about you. It's about what you want.
Yeah, but I want everyone to not have to deal with me going crazy from weird memories. But I also do really want my memories. Especially ever since Graham was talking to Flotsam about all that.
So, are you willing to try?
I think so. Just sorry if I lost everyone.
You know, if that happens, we'll just have to adapt.
How do we adapt? Are we gonna blast them and run?
Maybe? Sorry, I'm getting like a little bit of internet lag, so I don't know how the flow of the conversation's going. Well, here's there are two things I wanted to try. You know how I can cast spells through your location?
Yep.
But we've only done instantaneous ones.
It's really cool. I feel powerful.
And your body appears, but only for a second.
That's what you say. I never noticed it.
What if I tried to ritual cast through your location? Maybe your body would appear longer. Maybe you might be able to understand what you look like.
Your guess is as good as mine if we do that. I mean, we'll never know if we don't try it, I guess.
It's decided then. And then Adelaide starts pulling out a couple of like components from her bag, and I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic.
His eye starts glowing as you sit down. He seems to sit down as well. Okay. We're doing this. Okay.
We're doing this.
You feel the phantom feeling on your hands. He seems to be very tense about this.
Wait, when he sits down, does his head just go down to floor level?
Like
the head on the ground?
He shrinks. Well, his head doesn't go on the ground. It's like a little bit off the ground. It takes about like 10 minutes to ritual cast something.
Yep.
And you're casting detect magic, which is a What type of spell is that?
Yeah. Well, I guess I do have a couple of ritual spells. Detect magic is divination.
Divination. Alright. Yeah, you start casting that, and once it pings off, you can see that his one eye seems to start glowing a much brighter shade that it was, and kind of starts.
Well, I guess
emanating
Adelaide is trying to
particles.
cast it through Lex's location. That's what I'm trying to accomplish.
Are you able to see through their eyes like a familiar? Is that everything? Well,
I guess we like share senses, kind of.
Yeah, you cast it through Lex, and they do seem immediately surprised, and they start looking around at like down on the ground, but you can see like he's probably staring at like the spectral nature of the rest of his body, which you can probably see now since it is magic, and there he can now detect himself a bit more, and he seems just a bit overwhelmed by it right now. Not panicking or anything, but it's definitely taking a lot of his attention, as he doesn't really say much while he's just staring. And if you access his view, you can see through his gaze the outline of hands and arms and him, where it's missing underneath his neck. And he seems to just be inspecting himself. I think it's working, but I don't know if I'm remembering anything yet.
It's worth a try. Is there a mirror in here? Maybe you can see your own reflection?
Maybe. For convenience sake, sure, there's a mirror. Why not? Probably one in each of the rooms. But he stands up and he does seem to stare into the mirror for a while, just squinting and looking up and down. And you can see what he can see, which is that he is wearing it's not really too similar to yours since you're not wearing the uniform you once wore, but he does seem to be wearing the uniform of the school you used to attend. And then he stares at it for a while, kind of trying to mess with it, but not really being able to, since it's like a whole model piece and you can't really remove any of it. It's ghost rules, being what they are.
Ghost rules.
Ghost rules.
You can't remove the ghost jacket.
Yeah, you cannot remove ghost clothes once you die in them. You're kind of stuck in them. But yeah, he just seems to be visually getting used to the rest of his body right now, and even his face. Like, he probably hasn't been staring at his face for too long, and he just seems to be confused about it all. Why am I wearing an eye patch? Why is the wizard wearing an eye patch? What happened to my eye?
I mean, wizards can lose eyes. It's not exclusively a pirate thing.
Yeah, but
Jeez.
was it? This was like a prestigious school, right? They couldn't even afford like a spare eye. They just gave me an eye patch. Did I want the eye patch? Did I like pirates? I don't believe that. Why would?
What's the biggest twist?
Maybe I just really liked pirates. But they seem to just be staring for a while.
Yeah, for the 10 minutes of the casting. Well, that was worth a try, I think.
He nods. I mean, I wouldn't discount it yet. We're thinking about things now. Maybe something's got to pop up, right?
Maybe. And I just want you to know, for future reference, I'm not mad at you if, you just act like yourself, if you act independently from me.
I know. It's weird. We're out here with trusting people, much as we do.
Yeah.
As much as we both trust people, right,
Yeah.
Adelaide?
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should save the other ones for another day.
I just think you shouldn't have to be, we shouldn't have to be attached to the hip if that's not what you want.
I mean, I'm literally, I don't know. I'm kidding. I know. It's.
I mean,
I am excited I get to talk to people, but once this is over and we gotta leave, I'm gonna be happy as well. We're gonna get out of here and do what we do best. Not deal with crazy sky things.
I mean, but there has to be a way to fix you, right?
We got time. We got time for that. And we'll figure it out. We just need the right book with the right information in it.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think that was not useless.
No, I mean, thank you for wanting to do this. I know I'm awesome as a book. I'm like the best book out there. Like, I kick any other book's ass, but I do want to know why. I want to know who I was. Maybe that'll make me a better book.
And then Adelaide will, awkwardly pack things up because she can never do anything normal like a normal person.
As soon as Adelaide walks downstairs, all you see is Comet like in his book, and he's like, and here I found this one under a tree, and he's pointing at the flowers that he has in his book as he's turning the page. I found this one. Oh, Luna actually had this one. Oh, hi. Close the book.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we're all ready.
He doesn't want Lex to be jealous.
Why don't you kick flowers in me, man? Like, what's that about? Crush a flower.
A body of flower in it,
Yeah,
right?
wreck a flower. Don't even... No match.
Oh, I'll be right back. I have to go drop off something with Harold. He just stands next to the door and starts quickly, like, taking off the large plates of armor. So he's just wearing, like, the under chainmail and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And just runs across the street. Harold, I have a lot of money for you.
Tabaxi speed.
Yeah.
He kind of startles awake. He was like dad sleeping on his little stool, but he quickly raises the hammer. Just, yeah. What?
Yeah.
What are you running? Don't run with armor.
I run with armor all the time. It's fine, and I'll just drop just my entire like stack of gold filled with 500 gold pieces, and then just kind of neatly place the armor next to it. I'm looking for an upgrade.
He with his hammer, he kind of taps the sign that says 700.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's already been upgraded.
yeah.
Did you raise the price?
For the second upgrade, first one's 200, second one's 7. You're thinking of weapons.
it's not cumulative. Yeah.
And it's not cumulative. It's not total.
Well, fuck.
Fuck indeed.
Who has money?
I can
I
give
did
you
just
the
get
rest.
50 gold from Comet. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I was gonna run out the door and just peek in the door. Let's go. Comet, I need more money.
I'll reach for my purse, I guess, the one that I have.
Your purse is like
well, it's a
really
coin
small.
It's times like these that I really miss just being on the open seas and just plundering a merchant vessel. You know, whenever you need money, just do that, get the money you need, and then spend on whatever you want.
Well, I mean, I think we have it. I don't know if we need to steal from anybody.
It's also
I
fun
would-
sometimes to look
You don't
create a
need to
list of-
steal.
Right, that's what I said.
Yeah, no. It's not about need. It's about want, Comet. It's about the freedom to take that doesn't belong to you. A pirate's life. Hey.
Why would you want to
This is
steal?
our weekly advertisement.
I'll have how much? How you need 200 more? I think, or I guess like
Yeah.
150 or something. Because I already
200.
200 flat. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll have Flotsam probably help me count and give you 200.
This money
Why?
business.
Why are we counting this money again?
I'm trying to get my armor upgraded.
Silas needs it.
Fucking Harold lied about price changes.
All right,
I'll-
there you go.
Count the money. Yeah.
Thank you. I love you both. And I'll run out the door. Fine. 200 more. And put the second bag down.
He taps the sign and it says 900 gold.
He will take the
work?
money, they put it somewhere, and he'll pull out some wicked metal that he starts inlaying into your armor. Very slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked metal.
Wicked metal?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's a wicked.
My brain just says, just whenever it goes up in level, it just gains like a sheen of like GameCube purple.
Was it Minecraft enchanting?
Oh yeah, damn. Then I'll run back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up from
Okay.
the couch.
That's gonna take like the rest of today, probably tomorrow, but
Are we gonna be back
I'm good
by
to
then?
go,
I think
whatever.
we're going into the city. I don't know if we can get back.
we can
That
fast.
Well, either way, we do have to talk to the guards. Because as far as I know, they're guards. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
They're
go.
just mercenaries.
I
They wouldn't just
mean,
be
Brockus
mercenaries.
is mercenaries. Jesper, Rowan, and Carmine are guards.
Mm,
They're royal
They're
guards,
different.
right?
I don't know. Probably.
in some way.
Just a bunch of guys. Some dudes.
They did say, yeah, just guys being.
This guy's being
They
dudes.
did say that they wanted to talk to us, and I don't want to have them wait. So, I'm gonna go see what they want. If anybody else wants to come, you are more than welcome.
Sure.
I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go.
Sure, let's do it.
A whole family's coming along.
Oh, I'm staying here to eat this food.
Who said that?
Antoine.
I'm Adelaide's dad.
I eat the food.
Do you remember me from last episode?
As you are all wandering out the door and zooming across, whoever's out first is greeted by someone who was just about to open the door as they kind of flinch back, just right as you go to open door, someone opens and freaks you out. You get jump scared a little. But you see that your good pal Graham was about to open the door.
Oh, hell yeah.
But your good pal Graham is also flanked by your good pal Melody. But not Graham's book. Put your book back.
I guess we're at the door, not over there.
Yeah, at the
we're
door.
at the
You're
door.
going too fast for the story. They all start pushing out. You guys don't even wait. You're just like, they hope they all back a little.
I want to be for the scene.
Graham looks at you all a bit shocked as you're all leaving at the same time. Just, what is... Hello?
Hi, Graham.
Hello,
Hi,
Comet.
What
Melody.
up?
Melody waves.
Hey, Melody.
Melody, since last time you saw them, does have a dope hat, but they also seem to be wearing rather nice-looking armor. Not sure where they got it, but they got it. But they give you a wave and a smile. Graham
Nice
kind
hat.
Good, Melody.
What's going on?
well,
You want to come inside?
no, I wanted to talk to you all, but I was going to take Melody up to the observatory. But there's books there, and he wanted someone to come with them. But I wanted to catch you all before we skedaddled off, but you guys are up to something, so where are we going?
Well, we're gonna go to the city, try to check out what's in there, but we were gonna go talk to the guards first.
Right, yes, they have been wanting to catch you all.
You might want the observatory is safe, but there's gonna be a lot of people like me there. I'm telling to Melody. Yeah, because Graham knows.
Yeah. Because you'll look as if he knows, but then he sees you staring at Melody.
Mhm.
And Melody nods. Yeah, Graham told me.
Okay. Just, I don't want them to scare you just by being there.
Why would they scare me? They're like you.
Graham
even grimaces.
Some of them. I should probably talk to
They're all
Chosen.
like calling it. It's almost scary. That you might even lose track and be like, which one's coming? I can't tell.
No, but I probably should talk to Chosen soon. See how they're going. But I think that sounds like a good idea. Melody probably has read everything that you guys have here.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get those new clothes, Melody?
They kind of like look up at their hat. Well, first I took the hat from someone me and Viridian beat up, but we got it fixed to make it look like the rest of my outfit. And I got the rest because getting hit hurts.
Right.
You're learning.
Mm-hmm.
Look back
Swords
inside,
are
like through the
pointy.
window. Where Viridian has not moved since.
He's like fast asleep, just snoring into the wind. It was.
He's as rigid as a board, like arms at his side.
It was my idea to go out there. He didn't.
You and Viridian
And Beth.
and Beth beat someone up and took their clothes?
Well, not all of it, just their hat.
Oh,
It was the.
This was a bad guy, right?
Yeah, it was the brigands that, apparently you guys stole the boat from.
Oh, the land pirates. All right.
They were blocking off the way to the bridge out of here. So if we ever want to repair that, we can now.
Okay.
We could just do that.
Wait, why did you want to go there? You said it was your idea.
Well, it was my idea to go with.
Oh, so it was his idea.
No,
I might have
Beth's
to talk with
idea.
her.
Beth wanted to. Well, she wanted. She was asked by her friends if she could get rid of him, but she couldn't do it alone, so she asked us to help.
I don't care. Good job. Good job taking care of the brigands. We'll go talk to the guards.
Alright.
Yes, I don't want to be here either.
Have a good day, Melody. You look great in that hat. I like the armor.
Give a smile.
Not saying anything to Graham.
You do look great in that hat. Good job on that. That was a good pick.
Take care, Melody.
They look very proud of their hat.
Oh.
Wait, wasn't Graham talking about something else? Did he get to that, or did we cut him off to talk to Melody?
Well, he never got to his point.
Cut him
Yeah,
off.
they never said why or what.
Oh no!
Yeah. So, you guys are leaving to the observatory, you said, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything you are looking for over there, Graham?
No.
Okay. Sure.
Just want to make sure Melody's safe. I mean,
Well, thank you for that.
they are like crazy powerful. I'm sure they could take care of themselves, but they don't want to go alone, so.
I think that's smart, Melody. Plus, it might be fun. You might make friends. Or more.
Squints, but Melody looks kind of happy about the prospect of more friends.
Mm-hmm. So, I gotta go talk to the guards.
Mm-hmm.
My friends are waiting over there too.
Yeah, no.
But
I'm surprised you're still here for so long.
oh, I'm start leaving, and I'm like, let me know if you want to talk to me, Melody. Thank you, Graham. I'll see you guys later. I'll go back.
Cool.
I mean, it was my impression Graham had nothing more to say, so...
No, so you all have wandered over to Jesper, who was kind of talking to the others, but as he sees you all arrive, they do turn around and give you all a big smile, a big welcoming smile as you form a V formation in front of him, and he is outmaneuvered no matter what.
Battle formation.
Yeah. They kind of give you all just a one wave. That you don't get one each. You just get an accompanying wave.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, I assume by you all being here that you're here to talk about the plans.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of leaning over to
Yes,
see if I
the
can see the rockets.
plans! What are the plans that you speak of?
Well, you all seem to be the most fit among us to handle anything. We're kind of we're banking on you guys a lot. No pressure or anything, but you guys are kind of really strong and know what you're doing. So we're all going to act more of backup and scouts for you guys. We have Isaac in there. He gestures past you, Comet. Comet, not Cormat. We are attempting to get any maps of the area we can, of any areas you seem to be going. We know the destination, at least to be the castle. But we know that the cult is operating. Well, they don't call themselves a cult, but we call them a cult because they're weird. They're operating throughout the whole place. And you need to be pretty careful of them. They're rather indiscriminate of who they're going to be slaughtering. Especially when it gets late. They even start killing each other at that point because they will just get back up in the morning. And I think they're trying to do stuff with the weird thing in the sky. We don't know too much about that. But we do know that the first gates are a bit shut. The first gate across the bridge is wide open, but the one that leads up into the upper part of the town, that seems to be firmly shut. And you might need to find the key. All this place is warded up to hell. They were spared no expense in warding this place, it seemed. So you have to find the key to that, wherever it is. That we don't know. But I'm sure we will figure that out.
Who would have known where the key was? Even if they're not available right now, like who would be privy to that information?
Our
under
best
normal
bet
circumstances?
among us is that the Marshal would have it. The King's military man, our old boss, before all this went down. We assume he has it. But we don't know where he would be among all this. But that's who we would assume.
Where is the marshal usually under normal circumstances? Do they have like an office or garrison or something?
There is a garrison, but that's up in the main part of... That's up near the castle. I don't think you'd be able to access it without...
So, first figuring out the gate.
You might, if the cultists are feeling hospitable, be able to talk to some of them about it, but that's only if they're not trying to cut off your limbs.
Well, these cultists, what kind of cultists are they again? They believe what? What do we know about them?
They're various different people of the clergy and of the magicians' school in town. They've all kind of gathered together under this person. We're not sure who. Their prophet, they say. They think this whole thing is some dawn of a new age, and they're here to usher in the new thing. We didn't hear them. They drove us out of there pretty quick when we didn't buy any of it.
Okay.
But maybe you can all pretend you're in on and like the idea. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Comet, if these people are under the same sort of belief system set out by the Eddie Baronet, right? When he like selected Jen and Chosen to be like the Chosen. You could pose as the Chosen if that's the belief system they're operating under, and maybe that could get us through unharmed. Assuming that's what they believe. We don't know anything, but I mean, that's just an idea.
Maybe. They said they had a school and a cult there. Would they be the same thing?
Well, from what I understand, a cult is just a group of people that have a very niche kind of religious belief. So like that would be just the people here in the city believe that this egg is like a god or something. They're trying to bring it into the new something. I don't know. It sounds kind of like what Eddie was writing in his journal about, like, you guys, the Celestials. So, like, I feel like there might be some sort of connection there, and if not, we'll just fight them, but...
I don't know
like,
if
we
they would
pass
be
you
the
off
ones.
as, like... Okay.
I don't know if they would be the ones to have the key. But if we want, we were talking about this before Raw. I can pretend be chosen. I'm afraid of what that will
That's what I mean.
get us. I'm afraid of where we would end up. But if we all decide that that's a good idea, we can go along with that. But maybe we should wait to see where they are or what we find. I mean, we know Quinn. He was in the city and he seemed fine. Maybe first thing we do is try to find him. If he's not
Did
part of the
Quinn
cult.
give us any connection to, like, reach him by? Like, an address, or...
I can talk to him. I could ask.
Okay.
Or I know he had one of what you two have. You and Adelaide. He had a bird that listened to him. We might be able to find that bird.
Familiar, yeah.
You could use your birds to find his bird, maybe where he is.
Bird up? We bird up for this?
Right. We send him up, yeah.
Bird up.
But I look over to Jasper. Oh, sorry, do you want to say something?
Yeah. We're this is good. We're getting something sort of ironed out here. But I think we've skipped over something that we should have resolved beforehand. And when I tried to bring this up before, you've kind of told me later. I don't know when we're going to address it, but I would like to address it now. The spirit or essence of the Valkyrie that wants to come back. It is now daytime. We are all healthy. Everyone is here, ready for whatever comes. If this is a potential ally that could protect this area, or has information that we don't have on the egg or what it was doing here, or hey, maybe where the key is. I don't know. We don't know what this thing could know. But keeping it as an equipped essence when it wants to come back and could be an ally to help us, I think I would consider that slavery, and I would be against it on moral principles.
I do want to point out, most of my armor is over there. I'm pointing towards Harold, who's probably currently working.
Nah, he's asleep. He works incredibly hard. He hits it once and it's upgraded. You know that. It's already there. It's neatly tied up in a bow. It's ready.
Oh, never mind. Sure. If you want to figure out how to get him going.
I mean, we can bring him back.
We'll let everybody know that we're going to bring back the uncorrupted Valkyrie Knight and say what happens. Maybe they're spooked and they fly away. Okay, well, at least we're not like a threat. They're just trying to go figure out what the hell happened to them. That's cool. We're free to do that. But if they stick around and are cooperative, we can maybe get some information from them.
Should we do it here with people? Should we do it in the bridge? Or
we should do it in the field. Outside.
Yeah, I'm really not... I don't mind where we do it. Doesn't really matter that much to me.
Well, if everything goes right, we might be able to get a new friend. I turn to Jasper. We'll be ready, but we might have to wait a bit.
Yeah, they give you a thumbs up. We'll try to be as helpful as we can.
I'm gonna go grab that real quick.
I'll start heading out for the field.
Do you want to attempt to make contact with Quinn's familiar, or you could attempt to cast sending to them?
We could write a letter and put it on Penny and have Penny deliver it to the other familiar if it's flying around, since we recognize it. I would use Sizzle, but Sizzle's very conspicuous. She's not a subtle bird.
I have a couple of ways. I have a couple things I can do to message him. I think sending would probably be the fastest, though. I can send him a message. I can just straight up ask, like, yo, we coming, where you at?
Maybe we should deal with the Valkyrie
third level for that.
Just in case if it's evil.
Yeah, honestly, we should. If you're just gonna use this third level spell slot, let's go handle the Valkyrie, and then we can do that later.
All right. We're heading out for the field.
I was looking at my sword like a little sad, but Ron made a good argument.
The crossroads. Let's see if anyone's still on the crossroads.
How does Adelaide feel about us bringing back the thing that like knocked her out like twice and almost killed her?
She's got like the little concerned eyebrow crease, but she's not bringing it up. Oh, actually, how certain are you that the Valkyrie Knight is uncorrupted?
Pretty certain, because every time we brought back anything, any corruption that was there fell to the ground as those little crystals, or like a sludge in this case. So I'm pretty confident that it will not be like a tainted essence, because we've never actually brought back a tainted essence. That's not something I've observed yet. But if it is corrupted, I mean, we already know its tricks. It might be a bloody fight, but then we'll have two things. One, Silas, you'll get to keep that essence on your weapon. So, win there. And two, if, we have to beat it up again, we don't ever have to feel pressure to bring it back. But if it doesn't want to fight us, then we also did the right thing. So.
This place has a lot wrong with it. Let's not be more.
All right, and I'll pull it out of the sword.
It's as bright as the day you put it in there. As you walk past them, Graham and Melody hook on to the back of the party, kind of just seemingly interested in what you were getting up to. Yeah, they didn't move. They were staring the entire time.
Alright, I will take out the shard that I keep in my belt, I guess. Use the light cantrip.
Yeah.
And shine a blue light on this essence.
There's no other monsters on the screen accidentally.
Other?
Yeah.
I don't think Melody was around for the first Valkyrie fight, so I'll just briefly tell Melody.
This is the essence of an enemy that we fought when we took back this area. They were very tough. They almost killed several of us, but they were corrupted. What we're doing is showing a bit of mercy to this fallen enemy, because we do not think that they're going to fight us when we bring them back, and it gives them a chance to give us some information and sort of settle the record for what happened.
They nod, kind of placing one hand on their sword and giving you your stern kind of nod as they like tap their armor. Don't worry, if they fight me, I'm wearing this.
It's good to be prepped. Hopefully, we won't have to fight them. I would rather not fight. They're very strong. I'd rather not fight them again if I could help it, but that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do.
Alright. They linger back, ready to jump in if anything gets crazy, but... Comet, you take the essence, and you pull out the little chunk of the moon you have.
Yeah.
Give it the old razzle-dazzle, as they say. And as you shine your stone over this essence, it starts to fizzle and vanish, like much of yours does whenever you resurrect each other, the many times that you have. And you see it all kind of coalesce into a figure that starts forming. It's a medium humanoid, not a giant winged knight like it was when you first saw it.
But then the boss music starts playing, we see a health bar, and we're like, no, what have we done?
Music kicks in. Starts off with just like a solid black, sooty figure. As their form starts to gain pigmentation, you see someone, kind of, they're facing away from you, but you see they seem to be clad in armor. And they fall to their knees as they're kind of brought back into this world. You see a ornate longsword kind of form at their hip. And this long, very jet black hair kind of slowly starts to form from their sculpt. It, like, falls all the way down to, like, their hips.
Oh.
And you see in front of you is a lady. Let me
lady.
That would have been really funny if it was like, I'm Edward Baronet, it's me, the bad guy.
I was thinking that. I would have been so mad.
Well, you'd have the opportunity to kill him at least.
If anything goes bad during this, we blame Raw.
Where did I put it in my mass amount of tokens and things?
Your 3
Number
library.
147.
They seem to stand up and quickly see that they are more or less surrounded, and they turn around to see you flanking them, and that seems to like put them in a battle stance out of shock, as they weren't really ready to see you after being resurrected from the aether. This lady, wearing very similar colored armor to the people who sent you into this place, the Van Dyke army.
Ooh.
The magentas and the blacks. But they stare up at you in shock.
Hi, hello.
They kind of shifty-eyed back and forth at everyone else, and then slowly think twice about pulling out a sword and attacking someone.
We are not
don't worry.
going to fight you.
You're safe.
Yeah, we already defeated you once. I don't know if you remember that.
They look over at you and furrow their brows, kind of confused. They kind of reach up and scratch their head. I'm safe. Who are all of you?
would be easier for us if you introduce yourself first, because you're one person and we're like, what, 7 people?
That is more than fair. I'm Lady Yuria. I was sent in here by our army to investigate what was happening.
Lady Yuria? Of what house?
This kind of squints.
Put my hand on my sword. Answer correctly.
Oh, what house?
Fonzo has a sword.
I've had a sword this whole time.
Yeah, you sorted up.
I even used it before I got the gun.
Oh.
What these are? I don't include last names on my characters for some reason in their stuff. It's definitely here though. I swear it's here, guys. Guys, trust me.
It's not Baronet.
It's not Baronet. Shut up, guys. It's so not.
If it's not Baronet, then you can give it to us later when you find it. That's the main thing, is we're listening for Baronets.
It's Yuri Linus.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, so it's been some days since you kicked the bucket, as it were.
She looks very confused as she stares back at you. Kick the bucket.
Yeah. So, hey, see that big blue thing in the sky over the city?
I point to the city that's close by.
Yeah, she nods. That's why we came in here.
Yeah, that thing brings back the dead.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Here you are. You were not alive, and now you are. And it's thanks to that thing. But the price is that every time you come back, a little piece is missing. So you don't want to keep doing that because it's a bad time. Anyway, we have some questions for you. By the way, my name's Ra. You introduced yourself. I didn't introduce me. I'm Ra. This is my chicken phoenix, Sizzle.
Okay. Hello, Ra and Sizzle. How long have I been dead?
A week.
Well, I guess it depends on what you define as you.
What
was the last thing you remember? I'm Comet, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Hello, Comet. I remember going into the town and running into the... Well, they were in blue. I didn't get their names, but... We ran into them.
People? Like, a couple people in blue?
Yeah, they were in blue uniforms.
They're very cult-like? Maybe cultists, perhaps?
Blue like that? And I point at Adelaide.
Well, if by blue you mean blue, then yes.
On a scale from 1 to cult member, how would you grade it?
They were fairly cultish, from what I would probably classify them as cult. They were definitely dealing with it a little, if they were dealing with that thing in the sky. What happened to the rest of my unit?
What? Probably nothing good. When we got to this place, there was only you, except you were not a person. You were like twice as big as our friend Comet here, and your armor was really like badass and cool, and you had like wings, and you were teleporting from one end to the other using radiant light with your attacks. It was really quite fearsome and scary, but like you obviously weren't yourself. I think that cult corrupted you after maybe somehow apprehending or defeating you and kind of turned you into that. We were able to purify you, but we weren't really sure if you were going to be cooperative or like a good person when we brought you back. We had to learn more about stuff first, which is why we brought you back a little later than probably should have, but here you are.
Well, that's a lot to process.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
You haven't seen anyone
There's
wearing
gonna
the
be
same
even more
armor as
things.
me. No other Van Dyke Knights around?
Well, none that are alive.
Okay, and who are all you?
You see, you know, that's Flotsam. He's with me, he's cool. Over there, that's Silas. Silas is pretty blue, but Silas isn't with those cult guys.
I mean, why are you all here?
That's...
Hold on, we're not done introducing the gang yet.
We're not done, excuse me. Over there is Melody. Melody's got a cool-ass hat. And then that's Graham. We didn't like Graham at first, but we kind of like him now. He's sort of redeemed himself.
Graham gives Melody a look like I told you so. Okay. Now that I've met you, yes.
We're here.
That's
Yeah.
Adelaide over there.
We're here for the same reason you're here, to investigate what's going on. Except we probably came here way later than you guys did. Because... Okay. You know that the kingdoms outside here are kind of worried about what the hell's going on, and they have been sort of contracting people to go into these borders to investigate what's happening. I believe that happened after you guys already went in. My
She looks a
suspicion is
little
they
bit
sent you
like
in first.
it looks like she lost you right as you start saying contracting people to send in here.
Yeah, I think they sent you in first, and you never came back because, well, you met the cultists and they kind of wiped your unit out. You know, I'm sorry about how that worked out. And then they sent, like, contractors like ourselves in. Most people didn't make it. We have been a kind of a lucky few who have, and we were able to defeat your, I don't know what you were, like a corrupted knight or something. It's happened a couple times. And we fought a big underground monster that had eaten some of the crystals that come from that big blue thing, and it was corrupted too, just kind of like you were.
Well.
Yeah.
Did you know that the blue moon brought people back from the dead?
Not really, no.
Oh boy. Why don't you take a seat, like, right over here? We gotta catch you up on some shit.
We can set up the PowerPoint. I'll go get the projector. This will take a while.
I brought snacks.
She nods and sits down, and we got like a montage of you guys explaining the deal to them, in which their expression only really worsens as they get more worried and more terrified.
And Common and Silas, we weren't really sure if they liked each other at the beginning, but then what happened? And then Common and Silas, they were hugging each other, thinking, what's going on there? But it turns out they both like each other. The person's like, yeah.
Yeah. What about the city?
You lived in my sword for like 2 weeks. That was pretty neat. I liked you with my sword.
Me and Comet pretended to like open a door for a second.
Right. Well,
Now you're saying this Frank bug. This Frank bug was a friend of yours? No, you got it all wrong.
it was a menace. It was a villain to
It was
be sure.
and Melody just force choked it.
There was this thing
Melody's like,
we
"Yeah, I can do
called
that."
Bone Regard.
Oh, yes, I can get him out if you like. He's a good friend.
But I want to ask, amidst that montage, I do want to ask, because he's not here with us.
So there's also this other guy in our group who's been a little MIA recently, named well, we'll just call him V for now. However, he seems to wear the colors of the Van Dyke Army, and he says that he used to be one of the guardsmen for the princess. Are you at all, being a lady of the country, are you at all familiar with a half-orc, tall, kind of built gentleman?
She gives you a look, but then kind of like looks down and shakes her head a bit solemnly.
Checking.
I mean, I'm assuming the army's a big thing. I don't know if they would know everybody.
I'm gonna. Yeah, but I go over to Floss.
So I'm like, I don't believe Viridian is actually a guard or a knight. I think he's just like in love with the princess and he's pretending. He's just been a pirate this whole time.
Someone's revving outside. I think. No,
Oh God!
Right? It's
I'm
it's
feeling
terrible.
it in my headphones.
Like, come on, dude. What a day.
Going ugly out there.
Sounds like someone's vacuuming in the room that you're in.
They stop. They have a shed out there. Let's just do it with the doors wide open. Consideration. Bloody hell.
Lydia. I know that this is definitely a shock to find out that you've been kind of out of commission for a while. And that there's a lot going on that you're just now finding out about. I know it's going to take some time for you to process all this, but we are also on a bit of a time crunch ourselves, because if that thing hatches, it could mean a lot of bad news for the people everywhere, including your country and all the people that you know back home. So if you could help us with some questions that we have, that would be really appreciated.
She
and
nods.
After we're done, we can lead you back to the garrison, which has a nice, healthy population of people sort of running it right now. We've more than secured it at this point, and you can rest there as well. But if you could tell us every detail that you remember about this place when you first entered here with your group of dudes, and every detail you remember about those blue, robe-wearing motherfuckers. Because we are about to go further into the city, and they kind of run the city right now. So anything that you have to give us about, the nature of this place when that thing first, rose into the sky, and those dudes would be very, very helpful.
She kind of stands up and stares at the thing in the sky for a good while as she kind of strokes her chin, pondering. Not sure what
She ponders her orb.
She ponders the orb. I'm not sure what it would have that would still be of value or relevant now. I know that the cult at least was somewhat passive to begin with. They stuck to the east. Which way's east? They stuck to the west.
It's your right side.
End of town. From what we knew, there was a asylum slash jail slash just undesirable location on an island just west of the town, and there was a bridge and a gatehouse before that they operated out of. It was kind of their breach into the city. They worked mostly out of that area. It was all the scholars and a lot of the nobles who joined in on this weird craze of celebrating the thing in the sky. And they seemed fine with others not really being a part of it until their prophet, she kind of air quotes, showed up and started radicalizing them. He rushed them to, make offerings to this that thing in the sky. She gestures at it.
What kind of offerings? Oh,
well,
my raw voice.
The the one that seems to accept the essence that it absorbs. I guess it took them that long to figure out that's what it was there for.
So it was like a sacrifice type of thing?
At first, mostly themselves, but then they thought others might as well join in too, even if it was unwillingly, so a lot of the town started to get a bit slaughtered by their growing tirade of weird session.
Silas is just gonna turn and look towards the village.
The people of this town, this state, weren't ever really the best of people to begin with, so for them to fall into rampacy and this kind of behavior wasn't too surprising. But still proved dangerous.
What did the prophet look like?
She kind of looks around about everyone else from this continent. Probably has a frown, probably doesn't look like they're happy to be around, probably has dark hair that looks very greasy.
Greasy, you say?
And then I turn my gaze over to Graham.
Graham, are you the prophet? Be honest with us. Melody, make sure he's not lying. Are you the prophet, Graham?
He kind of like dusts his nails off on his cloak and is like, I could have been. I gave it all up. I want to be. I'm not the prophet.
So you've discovered me.
I see it took you this long.
What are you doing in the library with the candlestick, Graham?
You figured it all out too late.
Now I've
There's a
infiltrated.
secret passage from the conservatory leading there, Graham. What were you doing there? The time of the murders.
He casts Explode Brain on all of us. That's the end of the campaign.
The best spell in D&D, Explode Brain.
Explode Brain.
I'm assuming there's more cultists now than there were when you came in.
Probably. I'm sure many would probably just join out of the fear that they would have been culled off if they didn't.
Yeah.
Do you remember how they attacked people? Did they use their hands a lot, or
They had weapons. They definitely utilized magic. Divine and arcane. their ranks had a lot of magicians in it, and also people from the clergy, the clerics and everything. They got a bit crazy as well. You know, when someone starts preaching that a god has literally appeared above them, I suppose it makes them want to revere that one rather than ones that aren't hanging above their heads, I suppose.
Well, I don't know if this is different than when you came in here, but we're not allowed to leave until things get resolved.
Yeah, squints. Why not?
It was an agreement. Your friends are trying to get people to come in here to solve this problem. And I'm assuming many people have come to try to do that. But even though we can't leave, we have a place for you. Stay until we can all solve this.
She nods. I don't really plan on leaving. I'm hopefully going to find what is left of my troop. And if they can come back to life, then that's... well, unless they're walking about mindlessly. Like the others you described.
We've seen people in your colors, but they've always been zombies. It's kind of an essence thing. If you don't have, like, a strong enough will or something like that, you come back as an undead or, like, half-formed, not necessarily as, like, a fully autonomous person. The only exception to that we found was with the aid of, like, a fallen celestial monstrosity that was giving them an extra oomph on purpose, like it was trying to wake up the thing in there. It was very bad. It was a bad situation, so I wouldn't... If that is something that you are absolutely intent on doing, more power to you. I recommend you talk to our friend Victor. He's had a similar experience, and he might be willing to help you in that endeavor. But I don't want you to get your hopes up, is all I'm saying.
She kind of nods, looking at the ground.
There's
Glad
a lot
for
we
your
still
honesty.
don't understand. There's a lot about this place we still don't understand. We're trying to. You got lucky with what we were able to do, and we've been kind of lucky. So we might be able to find some of your friends that have gotten lucky. So far, no luck. But that doesn't mean they're not out there.
She nods. I'd like to help you all in any way I can as well.
We'd be grateful.
Yeah, let's take this conversation back to the town. You can meet the guardsmen that are working there, and hopefully kind of coordinate with them where you know what they know and get you acclimated.
She nods, somewhat appreciative that there's at least some safe place to be.
Ah, yes, look.
Well, we can go this way. Are you tired?
They shake their head. Well, tired enough for a fight, but not tired enough to walk.
Okay.
I am exhausted in terms of condition-wise. Because I've just been resurrected, but other than that...
Just say the word and I can carry you there, but we're going to go this way to show you.
So I've been brought back to life, which makes me a bit exhausted. Oh, stop being a baby! Everybody gets
I've
brought
done
back
it
to
4
life around
times.
here.
It's
It's
easy.
nothing. Yeah. What are you complaining about?
I guess I'll start heading back towards the Babacan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll group up so we're
The
easily
Babacan.
travelable.
Yeah.
Blossom, get over here.
For and I don't know if Melanie and Grandma are going to go back, but or they might as well just head over to
stand
the
to the
observatory.
side. The guy gives you a wave. I can see you all are incredibly busy doing whatever you're doing, so I'll catch you when I get back, I suppose.
Yeah, Graham, do you have something you want to tell us?
No, you're fine. You're busy.
Cool.
I mean,
We'll continue walking.
I mean, I can no. I
I
can
will
make,
not let you pass until you tell us what you want to say.
yeah, I can make time, Graham. It's fine. We're gonna walk back to the Babacan and then be doing something else. But I don't know when else we're gonna be here. So if you need to talk to me or us,
It's
now's
nothing
the time.
immediate. I just wanted to know how much extra help you guys are gonna want.
For
I
the city?
want to help, but you guys seem to have this completely under wrap. And I'm not going to sit around doing nothing. Because I am completely okay with Lady Uria's... I'm okay with the Van Dyke army hating me. I'm not going to go near that place, so I'm all ready to just get out of here.
Are you mad, Graham? Are you upset?
Oh, I thought you were asking if I was mental. No.
Are you mad?
Are you mental?
No, Comet. I have just spent the last good 20 or so years of my life foiling the plans of someone that I hated. They're out of plans to foil, and they're dead, so I kind of want to get out of here and maybe see if I wasted the best years of my life doing something not worth doing. But there is also a lot of stuff going on. You know, that moon thing, I'd hate for that to show up and I'm not around and everyone gets hurt. And, you know, the prospect of things under the Ilmaris estate that no one knows about is certainly enticing. And who knows what else you guys are going to find out.
And the heist.
And the heist. There is
Yeah.
a lot of money in those vaults.
I mean, I'm sure we're not going to be in absence of needing help afterward, but I think right now you offer to help Melody, right?
I offer to walk with them.
Well, yeah, but I think if you offer to help them need to see it all the way.
Well, yeah, I don't mean right now. I'm not just gonna run off if you told me to go right now. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not
that's
just
good
gonna
to know.
sprint away and just swim out of here.
I was a little worried.
The bridge is broken. I don't have a way out of here, really. It's just.
But look,
should I start looking for one?
And we'll let you know if we need your help. I mean, I can either talk to Melody or they can talk to me. Let you know either way. Do you have a way to talk to people? You've been doing some pretty amazing
mouth.
things. Right, but like someone who isn't there.
I suppose I could conjure up a familiar like the rest of you should I need one. I could send Beauregard over with a couple of notes in his hand.
Just running over. Alright, I mean, it sounds good. Well, we'll be over there at the Babacon if anything, or if we're not already in the city. But I think we'll see you later, Graham.
Sure.
And you too, Melody.
They were messing with something on the ground. They were not in tune at all. They kind of jump when you mention them.
Yeah.
With that, I have to go. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, the man.
Tonight.
All right,
But
dude. We'll see
I'll
you later.
talk to you later.
We'll catch you later.
Love you.
Catch you next
Yeah.
week. Let's get the other.
Now we gotta fix the cameras.
We gotta deal with the cameras. Do I do this? Is that what I do for this? I do that. do.
You do that.
Do you just have fells here and then a fell left mode?
Yeah, I have different scenes for the different amount of players in the game. Or in the call. Oh, this Australian heat is killing me. So you guys wander back to the Babacon with Lady Uria, the knight with no other knights anymore, as Graham and Melody skip off into the tunnel.
Literally, they're skipping away.
They literally skip. Melody starts
So happy
skipping,
to be
and
right with
Graham doesn't do it for a bit, but then he gets into it, and he's like, yeah, skipping's fun.
It's a fast mode of transport, doesn't require a lot of stamina.
Yeah.
I'd say it's worth it.
That's true.
Get rid of that.
That is very true.
Get rid of that.
If you want to get somewhere fast, skip, because it takes
Honestly,
very little effort.
Skipping that's like the new power walking. It should be.
The new park exercise.
Right, I could skip a great distance as a wee lad. And my legs have only gotten longer, let me tell you what.
I still skip as an adult. I remember when I was teaching English overseas, I would skip across campus. I didn't care who saw me. I'd be in my uniform and everything with my tie, and I'd just be, and I would it's like a power walk type of situation.
Because there's a lot of stairs, and I'm on an upper floor in this house, so it'd just be loud, and then I'd have to stop because skipping up or down stairs. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh no! You got to be on a flat plane. Yeah.
Any
but it was just
inclination
funny
there,
because everybody would think, "Oh, that's what Americans do." I'm like, yeah,
That's how Americans get around.
that's how we get around.
I think on our way back, I'm gonna lean over to Adelaide. Be like, did I know he said he wasn't, but did Graham seem upset?
Maybe just a little bit.
Why do you think so?
Okay, I might have told him that I didn't care whatever the hell he did, and didn't meet him.
Wait, what? Why?
Because he asked me what he should do.
Right.
If he should stay or go away.
And you told them that you didn't care either way? Okay. I mean, that's how you feel. But
you don't need to defend Adelaide, it's fine.
Well, this is
no Adelaide apologists here.
I can see if that's, but I feel like, I mean, you saw how he acted. If you don't care either way, is it okay that I tell him it'd be cool if he tags along next time?
You know, even though we've been through a lot with Graham, I still don't completely trust him.
I
I
thought...
don't trust him either. I'm just gonna pop in here.
Yeah, you can probably hear
Maybe Graham can stay here. Maybe Graham can stay here and help people, but not necessarily be physically with us.
The reason we took him to the observatory was to see if we could trust him.
Do you trust him, Comet?
I mean, I've had a lot of conversations with him, and I don't really see why we wouldn't. He seems to have a goal, and that goal has helped us, and we haven't really met a lot of people around here that don't attack us right away, that aren't trustworthy, or we can either trust them or they attack us. I don't know if we want to make undead people or not undead people someone we don't trust. Beth was worried about people not trusting her after what we learned. And I don't know if we should do that to Graham, too.
So you want him to stay?
I want him to... I want him to feel like he's doing what he needs. But I want him to be able to do that with people that support him. And if we don't trust him, if you don't trust him, and I point to everyone else.
Your big finger.
I don't... No, I just do the gesture.
Yeah.
That would be so lonely.
Such a bummer, dude.
Yeah, what a bummer.
Bummer, brah.
This is a serious scene. This is a serious moment, I promise.
I don't know if this is something I should say. I think I learned we're not supposed to talk about people that aren't here. But he's told me that he wants friends. And he's working so hard to do that. Maybe we shouldn't make it harder. I mean, how many people have we seen around here? I spoke to Chosen. Chosen attacked us, and we can trust her now. She's got a goal that we want to help with, or at least I do. So I do trust Graham. Maybe it would take longer for you, but I don't think we should write him off that way.
Listen, I've met a lot of people that Graham reminds me of. People will lie to you, Comet. They'll try to get on your side, I mean. They'll say whatever they need to get your trust.
And then what?
You know what I say to that? Get over it. He has done what he needed to do to help us out. He's put himself at risk to do so multiple times. If he's fixing to betray us, he's playing a really good long con. I don't really mind at this point. If he has helped us in more ways than most people here have, and we trust the people here, I think you're just afraid because he's also a powerful spellcaster. And he could turn on us, and it could actually be kind of a bad thing if he did. But he has no reason to turn on us, other than the fact that you can't get over your mistrust of him. Both you and Silas have noticed. I work with pirates. I have been betrayed. I betrayed people. I know what it's like. Graham is not a problem. Unless you make him a problem.
Well, maybe I will.
Oh.
Those of you can trust Graham. I'll have none of it.
I don't think it's fear of Graham that we have. I mean, I know from what I've seen that people don't understand melody a lot either. But I don't think any of us mistrust them.
It's not necessarily fear of what he can do. It's fear of his motivations. It's that he doesn't necessarily want to divulge every little detail about his life, right? He's already divulged quite a bit. But because he had a rocky start with us, because he's a bit of a scoundrel, he's had to live his life that way to kind of, I guess, go after the baronets, right? And now he's realized that that sort of path of his life isn't really turning out the way that he thought it would. Like, he's like, well, I kind of want friends. I kind of want to turn over a new leaf, but he doesn't know how to do that. He's already sort of bungled his first impression with us. If you recall, he was very rude when we first met him. And he did not have a lot of social grace. But he was also under the impression that he wouldn't need it. And I think he's starting to realize that that's not the kind of life he wants to live anymore. But I can't blame you, Silas, or Adelaide for not trusting him after that impression. I don't really care about people being rude. I'm more about actions over words. He has stepped up when we needed him to step up. At personal cost to himself. That, to me, is trustworthy.
I mean, we didn't know everything about each other. I don't even know if we still do. But we trust each other, don't we? Right?
Yeah, of course we trust each other. It's just... Graham is such a unique situation. It's... After what we went through, I can't say that I do trust him, but I know that he can, he can become someone that we can. I think it just needs to take longer.
I'll say this might be shocking, but I trust Graham as much as I trust Adelaide. There's the same level of trust there. I don't think either of you would necessarily betray me for no reason, but everybody has a reason that they might be tempted to betray somebody else. For example, there's probably something that you really care about, Adelaide, that if it was dangled in front of you and said, all you have to do is betray Ra, you'd probably do it because you really care about that thing. I'm sure the same thing exists for Graham, same thing exists for you, Comet. Even though you might say no, Comet, you might be the one person who might be sticking to your guns on that one, but like most people have something that they would have to give up their reliance or someone's reliance in them to gain, right? That's most people. That's just a fact of life. However, we kind of know what Graham wants, right? And we've helped him achieve those goals. He knows that we kind of are aligned in that way. He doesn't really have a reason to go against us, so there's no reason to mistrust him, I think. He's really demonstrated that to me.
And I mean, I think we've we can say that we don't, but I think some people have grown at least some kind of trust for Graham. I remember people looking at him very suspiciously whenever he would talk to Melody. We just passed him taking Melody to a very academic location by himself, and no one said that was a bad idea. So there is some trust there.
I think we might be confusing.
Trust Melody as well.
We might be confusing something here.
Okay.
Of a level of trust and an actual friendship. I can say now that I probably trust Graham to not outright murder people, probably because we can stop him. I trust our ability to do that. Or, like, do anything directly bad. So I don't... It's not necessarily that I trust, like... I don't think of him as, like, a friend or anything like that, but I trust him not to make a mistake. Or do something that he knows will cause trouble for us.
I find this conversation to be a little bit silly, personally. What trust did any of you have for each other when we were on that carriage together? All we could do was trust that we're not going to try to get each other killed. That's about it. That's all the trust that we had. And yeah, we've been on a lot of adventures together, but everyone has their own goals. Graham has his own goals, just like Flotsam has his own goals. Viridian has his own goals. Can we really say we trust Graham less or more than Viridian? Like, and Viridian started this journey with us. Like, I just find the question of trust to be sort of redundant at this point. It doesn't matter. He hasn't done anything to necessarily destroy our working relationship at this point. He has tried his best to aid us. Even though, I might have taken some twisting of his arm. He's not necessarily jumping at the bit to throw his life in the fray, but he has done it. He stepped up when we needed him to. And in terms of Melody is learning faster than any person has ever learned. Like, they're very impressionable, but they're also smart enough to understand the different things people are telling them, and they can form their own worldview. I trust Melody to not necessarily look at everything that Graham says and just think that everything he says is 100% true, right? Besides which, Graham has a way of looking at life that isn't necessarily false, right? It might be a little bit jaded, but it's also trying to change. I agree with you, Kama. I think that giving him that chance to be friends with us isn't necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, though, I cannot force you to be friends with him if you don't want to be. Adelaide, Silas, Flotsam, people here. You don't have to be friends with him. But I think the question of him lying and turning on us when we have no real indication of why he might want to do that, how he would do that, or when he would do that, it just seems like you're going to give yourself a headache worrying about something that might never happen. And in the process, sabotaging what you could have, which is a very powerful, reliable ally.
Just watch your back,
because of his room.
Raw. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's what I got these knuckleheads for. I'll be watching theirs.
Sorry about that, Yuria.
She kind of took a step back and Zeal started talking. She looks quite shocked. She's kind of shaking her head. I don't know what that fellow did to you, but bloody hell.
She's like, I hate him now.
Yeah.
Like, no.
A lot of you have made a lot of cases for this gentleman.
You cut to Graham, and he's got somehow he's got like a Polaroid of Adelaide, and he's got a little lighter, and he's like, I hate Adelaide so much.
By the way, I had forgotten that like that interaction happened. So when you were like, "Oh, I told them that I don't like him," or that way, I was like, "Oh, that's right." Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you can we can show you inside of the house here. There's places for you to stay. You can stay out here, but this place is a lot safer than the last time you were here.
I gotta squints a bit. It's obviously true, but implying they couldn't make the place safe. I'm just like, wow.
Well, I just don't want you to feel
You
unsafe.
have the disadvantage of going in blind and not necessarily knowing what was going on here. We've had the advantage of coming in after people have been here for a bit and sort of know what the deal is. So don't feel bad about that. That's not your fault.
She nods and kind of looks around. No, thank you all. I'll get adjusted, learn to walk again, and be ready to fight soon.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll introduce myself and see what everyone else is up to. Make sure they all know I am part of the team.
Yeah. Feel free to walk around here. I'm sure I would love to meet you.
I'm sure many are wondering why you've walked in with a new person.
I'm sure if you're looking for a way to help...
Believe it or not, people worry, people think that way less than you would believe. We walk in here with new people all the time, actually.
Yeah.
She kind of nods in approval, kind of assuming that you're saving people a lot and bringing them here. Well,
sure.
Yeah, she'll give you a quick knightly bow as she waltzes her way over to the other guards, and she seems to start getting the sit rep from them, kind of sussing out what they're all up to, and starts shouting about something about defenses and asking what's going on around here.
Mm.
Time to cross the bridge.
Right. We might... I don't know if Yuria needs to get ready.
I don't think she's coming with us.
She said she wanted to fight, but... I mean, she might defend this area. That might be better, but...
Let her Take it from me, someone who's gotten pretty used to coming back to life, it takes a minute. And by a minute, I mean like a day.
If we want, we can use this time contact Quinn.
I can go send out Penny if that was the plan.
Yeah.
We can look for that. I can try to see if I can connect to him directly, but maybe that could be like plan B.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I think we really just need to know where he is, and that we're coming, and that more people are coming, and if he knows about the cultists.
Safe spot to stay.
Are
Right.
you doing that in sending form, or are you writing a little letter for Penny to fly around with until in the hopes that they find another familiar? Alright, yeah, so you scribble up a little letter.
I don't know.
Roll it up.
Dude, can familiars go that far without poofing?
Yeah, you just can't.
Okay.
Brain link with them. As far as I know, I don't think there's a physical limit between them. Roll
because they are their own creatures.
Yeah, they're meant to be a separate actual creature rather than like...
Penny is a fey creature that just looks like an owl.
Technically, they're not like a conjuration. They're not a specific summon. It's an actual fey creature, which is pretty cool. Roll a survival or some kind of tracking check to see if you can hunt down this other familiar.
We haven't rolled a single die this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we have
Penny stats.
Oh my god. Yeah, with Penny.
Remember when this was D&D?
Yeah, holy crap. I'm gonna call ink after that Graham rant that y'all just went on. There's a lot to talk
Gotta
about.
get support on the other side.
Yeah, dude, I'm mad. I'm mad proud that happened. No, I was so invested in hating this man.
Graham discourse. For the survival check, do you want it with my stats or Penny's?
Pennies. Once they're in like, what's their range for your interference?
It's like 1,000 feet.
Or like 500 feet, probably. We can I have the spell, I can just look it up.
Yeah. That might be
My
easiest.
familiar.
100 feet. Trying to gauge how big that actually is.
I just heard something go beep.
Yeah, some truck is backing up in the background. Well, familiar's with 100 feet of you.
Yeah.
Real short.
Well, it specifies that you can communicate telepathically within 100 feet. And I guess that carries over to seeing through its eyes?
Yeah, your familiar must be within 100 feet.
I thought it was a mile to see through its eyes.
A mile? Maybe, actually.
I think
there's a lot of numbers I'm seeing.
It's 120 to telepathically communicate, a mile to warg into it, and then if you want to, like, poof it, you could do that instantaneously, but you can't poof it anywhere back with it. It has to be within 30 feet, I think.
See through your minds. What it is next.
A lot of little rules for
little dudes. Just says additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it does until the start of your next turn. It doesn't say that has a range.
Really?
Technically?
Yeah, the wording is very confusing, I think.
You know, I mean, roll for you.
I would assume there would have to be a limit to seeing through Penny's eyes.
Yeah, right?
I would assume. Yeah.
Well, I'll let you roll.
Alright.
You know what? Maybe there isn't a limit, actually.
Just for the...
I recall doing it without a limit, too, actually. Yeah.
Survival? Yes.
Yeah, some kind of track down... you could maybe argue Arcana, considering it's like another familiar, but yeah, perception.
That's true. I am looking for like a bird that is not actually a bird.
Yeah, roll Arcana. That seemed like gang recognize gang, you know, like. Yeah, very very quickly you have Penny flying around with a little backpack with a little note in it, and among the many other beasts in the sky that are still flying around and screeching and kind of warding any flying creature from getting around, you do see I think he had a rather mundane brown hawk as his. It's just sitting on a rooftop, and it gives no expression whatsoever. If it was a Pixar animation, it would be a very stern eagle, okay? Like... It would be voiced by someone with a deep voice, is all I'm saying. Yeah. But they stare at Penny and they communicate in their familiar way. And the hawk takes out the note and sprays it over and just starts looking at it.
With its feet just opens
one
up.
of its feet just holding it. And they give a nod as they fly off, kind of giving you a wait here a moment. They arrive back eventually with a note of their own, and they're going to hand it to Penny. And then they stand there looking stern once again.
Weather.
And Penny flies back to you with a little note.
Text.
And what does the note say?
Yeah,
I think Adelaide has just been like sitting against like the pillar, like Virgil used to do, just like hanging out, maybe occasionally looking through Penny's eyes, or maybe doing it the whole time. Who knows? Since there's apparently not a limit to it.
Mm-hmm. You just can't tell them what to do.
Yeah.
You can just.
But anyways, what does the note say?
Instructions.
Yeah. They fly back and they hand you the note. You furrow it open, and it reads in relatively nice cursive. If you'd like to see what the cult are about, feel free to come to the main square now. Something's going on.
Oh, now we gotta go.
Yeah. I immediately find everyone. Maybe they've just been standing in this
We've just
like
been sitting around you.
Yeah. I press A to interact with them.
Yeah, what's comments like fast ways?
We need to go to the main square. If we want to see what the cult is up to. I got the note back. Feel free to read it, but we need to hurry.
Let's go.
Right. I trust you. Let's go.
That was your mistake.
Adelaide's been in the cult the whole time.
Yeah, Adelaide just like lures all of you into a trap. She's been playing the long game.
She doesn't trust Grab because she knows he's the only one that can stop this.
He's like, I told you to watch your back, Rod. I'm like,
Wait, what? Sorry, you put her on
Yes,
the Rob
explode
voice for
brain
that.
on you.
Yeah, that's your signature spell, Explode Brain.
My homebrew spell.
Anyways, we hurry over.
Yeah, you guys run your way over to the gate. They kind of nod, opening it for you, telling you guys to be very safe and careful with whatever you guys are getting up to, but y'all are strong as heck, so they don't really try to stop you at all. And with you guys running across the bridge, I think that's when we're going to have to stop this session.
Yeah, I think that's the place to stop it.
Keep the intro to the cult for next time. See if we
Also,
can get
we
the
have
whole
the
gang.
option of inviting Viridian if our boy Nuggets is
If
feeling
he's
well
not
enough.
sick. Oh, one of these days. I think they're
We'll
still
get the gang back
wounded from
together.
stubbing their toe. They stubbed their toe and now they're housebound. They had stitches because they stubbed it so
Critical
hard.
injury.
Literally, they had
Oh,
stitches. Oh, I couldn't imagine. Well, with one roll for the game, we'll call that session.
That counts.
Oh, man. The average roll for the session was 23, so...
23. Yeah. Ooh, good session, guys. Good session.
Yeah, above average.
Average roll.
Oh, man. Alright. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's turn on all our fans so we can cool off, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a little toasty in the office. I'll just open the door to the outside, and now it's cold.
Oh, the outside world. What a cool
I'm gonna
place.
try to rip my way out of these curtains.
Get me out of here!
Tear him down.
Away, beast!
Away!
Away! Oh,
Bye.
the amount of times, anytime we have to quote it. We'll get out of here. Try to jump in next week, barring any craziness. But week 40 is to another year.
Yo!
Yo.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Try to take off.
You're a bird.